us begin. Oh. Well, I mean, yeah, we might as well get right back into it. Also, hi everybody. I'm what's the word? I'm here, despite the best efforts of the world, because gosh diddly darn it, I had to squeeze into a very awkward place to go and put another gosh diddly darn damper in, because some people, they don't build houses with the idea of retrofits in mind, which is quite frankly a bit annoying. But we got it done. And by we, I mean me, because there was only room for one person. And the occasional having the other person hand me an odd amount of screws, and then me, what's the word? Spewing out it. Gosh, stop it. Stop it. That's illegal. This is illegal, you know. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, spitting out a bunch of minced oaths as the screws inevitably fell and were reclaimed by gravity and the earth. Seedless Danae, I was not always a particularly happy camper. Oh, it needs resonance. No, never mind. That one's just greed. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Ugh. Sometimes I swear I feel a little silly. Like a silly belly. Go get him. Go do it. Go do. Yeah. That's the ticket. I also had to get another method of catch and release for my little mouse trap. A bear cassette? Oh well, I mean, it depends on what you're having problems with. But usually I would recommend grabbing what's the word? Usually some units with good evades. Because when he does his second round heal, because it's got such low coin power, you can what's the word? Usually reliably dodge it. And then he won't be able to heal as much. And usually, you know, units with good, because let's see here. I mean, there's Molar-ish comes to mind, because she's got, what's the word? A good sinking and tremor and a very good dodge. There's Ting Tang Honglu. Let's see here. Let me think off the top of my head here. Well, I mean, once I get this out of the way, I probably wouldn't. I mean, blood fiends are also like probably good, just because, you know, hey, there's a lot of blood on the ground all the time, so you know you can reliably get your stuff. A lot of the W Corp, because they usually have good dodges. At least some of the what's the word? Some of the the older ones, you know, like Dawn and I think Ryoshu, but it's been a hot minute since I've run the W Corp crew. If you got the Heisho, you know, you could always also just Unga Bunga with them, or at least just the Lord of Hongyuan. Though if you're just talking about the yeah, because I don't know if they gave him any other tricks for the Bakgak, but I'm not 100% sure. Though it seems like at least the Blood Fiends are doing well enough with the chaff. But let's see here. Oh, this isn't going to end well. But if I had to think about it, but yeah, definitely ignoring his big the parade. I need to heal up to full. It can certainly add to your longevity. And making use of your sapling of light. Because if it's the Bakgak, then you should have Superbia. Oh. What? Don Quixote, her round eyes wide open, begins sprinting somewhere.
이봐, 우린 괴물이 아니야. 괜찮아?
당신도 변하기 시작한 건가요? 그럼 벌레 팔 같은 걸로도
Oh, oh, my poor boy. Gregor stumbled for words, scoffed, then cast his gaze toward the floor in disbelief.
그래, 뭐 착각할 만도 하지. 이게 뭐 의체인지 괴물인지 한눈에 봐서 알 수가 있나?
같은 생체형 의완이더라도 이렇게 투박한 구형 모델은 최근 도시에서 보기 드물기 때문에 착각할 수도 있다. 의체. 다행이네요. 전 또 그 미친 놈들이 쳐들어올까봐. 보다시피 다리도 이 모양이라 여기 숨어 있을 수밖에 없었거든요.
그런데 W사 직원들이 이 열차에는 왜 타고 있는 거지?
You're right. What we found out about the warp trains through the identities, I can't imagine why any of them would ever willingly board this train.
외부 의뢰로 온다던 해결사들이죠. 저희는 당신들을 도와서 사건을 해결하라는 명령을 받았습니다. 저희라고 하기엔 저밖에 안 남았지만요. 동료들은 저 앞칸에서 차례대로 이성을 잃어가더니
And then they started eating each other.
그럴 수가. 파우스트군, 피주머니가 원래대로 되돌아갈 수 있는 방법은 없는 것인가?
죄송합니다. 그 정보도 아직 열람할 수가 없군요.
Though her voice and expression were both as serene as always, there was something gloomy about the way she said it.
파우스트에게 너무 많은 부분을 의지하고 있었을지도 모르겠군요.
Faust muttered in a barely audible volume. I don't know what I can do to help the sinners in a situation like this either. I also grown too used to Faust's omniscience because I could always trust it to be there for me. I was starting to realize that I don't have the means to dig myself out of a hole like this. Maybe I was too reliant on the sinners as a whole. When the time comes for them to depend on me, when they can no longer stand on their own, can I really manage them? Lead them to the right choices? Doubt, colored with fear, begins to rise like an ominous plume of smoke.
뭐 괜찮습니다.
Alright, and me. The agent struggled to some corner of the room with his wounded leg and pulled on a lever.
이런 공간이 잘도 저런 걸 숨겨.
And the wall behind what had initially appeared to be a folding chair for employees spun open.
이게 무엇인가? 설마 저 앞에 있는 혈기를 해치는 비밀 무기가 숨겨져 있다거나?
1등석에서 본 캡슐이랑 비슷하게 보이긴 하는데 저곳에?
The cleanup agent slumped into the pod that appeared in the wall. I'm out of here.
이제 좀 살겠네요.
무엇을 할 생각인가?
이런 상황을 위해 W사에서는 직원용 소형 동면 포드를 준비해 놓았거든요.
그랬군. 그럼
그럼 남은 일은
It always gets me. He's like, I'm out of here. With that, he settled into the capsule and shut the hatch behind him. When the door covering the pod closed, only the folding chair and a wall covered with viscera remained. He's gone. Yep.
갔어.
There he goes.
가버리셨군요.
We blankly stared at the wall the agent disappeared into. Oh, and I guess we gotta... Let's move on to the next car. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Gets me every time. But yeah, if I had to think thonk on it, let me have a think here. So I want to say, I'm pretty sure W Court Ryoshi's also got a good dodge. Yeah. Yeah, so if I had to think about it, I would probably say maybe Enfaust, because I believe she's also got one with Whispers. Because if I also remember is that Cassetti is vulnerable to sinking. So let's see here. Probably wouldn't take Kurakumo, definitely wouldn't take Blade Lineage, at least if that's what you're struggling with. Conversely, you could always probably just Unga Bunga him to death with Blade Lineage if you're careful. But let's see here. I would say probably a charge team, though, truth be told. Let's see here. Or sinking. Because sinking usually also, they've got a fair few dodges in there. Yeah. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Oh, yep, there it is. We'll just take our 5 vampires and we'll go and beat them up. 5. Wait. Yes, 5. Yes. Don't mind me, just getting lost in the madness here. Yeah, we're just gonna go with all that. That should be fine. And of course, you know, probably a healing ego or two, either probably supplied by Faust or Rogia. I think Sinclair has one. Melsol also does with Pursuance, but depending on the team, it might be a little hard to get the proper resonance. So we'll just go with 2 power counters, and then one of these, and then this, and then that, this, that, and that. Is there anyone else? No, that's kind of all I could think of. Golly gee, Mr. Salt's so cool. There's those guys, and we'll begin again. Is that enough to... Oh, no, it is not. Let's instead do another one of these. Actually, maybe this one. That'll work. I know. Man, those hard blood weapons roll really, really high. Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter how high they roll when they aren't clashing. But let's see here. I'm also very excited for tomorrow with the new Hay shows, which I think it'll be a grand old time. I'm at least a little curious if, what's the word? I mean, I think if it's following that trend, I'm still thinking that we're probably gonna get, Hay show, Ishmael, whether or not if she's a different pack or if it's, you know, Jichun, Mael. I don't know. But I think that it'll be nice. Oh, this isn't gonna end well for these guys. Make you a brand new dress. Whee! But let's see here. What else is going on? I mean, my burn is healing quite nicely. I think the blister is actually... Yeah, I think the flesh beneath it is mended nicely enough, so... I think that'll be nice. I'm a little curious how long it's gonna be discolored though, but I think that'll come back with once it's all said and done. Granted though, now I'm all covered in slightly smaller slices because, you know, I was dealing with a bunch of sharp and pointy sheet metal because whoever decided to put a diverter in to a room that was like 10 feet away from the main furnace rather than, and then also put like a plate behind it and then a piece of flex and then tab the flex out so that it was all locked in place, and that if you wanted to extract it you would have to what's the word, okay, let's just go with, you guessed it, bunch of power clashes. That's the way we like it. Cheese and crackers. It's just so much. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so I basically I had to cut it, and then whoever also they duct sealed it, but it was in just such a place. It was just so high up off the ground where it was like, okay, we can't really get in there because there's another return that was directly beneath it and also to the side of it. So we had to, you know, I had to try and reach my little fingies in there and pull it with all my might. And I was like, well, that's not working. So then I grabbed my channel locks, and then I'm like, oh, these ought to work. No. Because the metal that because the drive that they had used was just so weak that it ended up crumpling when I started tugging on it. And I was like, oh, great, cool. Oh, Ryoshu. Yeah, you're not supposed to lose those. That's not good. That's not good for you. Not good for me. Tell you what, we'll just go with contempt and awe. This should be fine. And if it doesn't, then we're gonna be very concerned. Great work, Greg. Okay. That was a little close for comfort. I will still say that I think the contempt ego is better than the ego gear, but that's, I mean, wow, what a hot take. Ooh, it's scathing, it's boiling, it's like 30 degrees Celsius. That's how hot a take it is. Ice cold. Strike while the iron is cold, or whatever it was. Oh, that sounds right. Yeah, Cassette Breast's always so cool. Though I haven't been able to get the Yisang Ryoshu combo to quite pop off yet, but that's neither here nor there. You guessed it, it's time for that win rate button again. But yeah, I mean, I got it in place, except everything was too, like the space was too small, so I had to, I had to screw it in, and then I had to make this horrible little piece. This horrible, like, little bracing piece to slip it in there. Then I just nailed that, I screwed that off, and, well, there goes that guy. Yeah, I don't know. It's ugly and I hate it, but it works, and nobody's ever gonna see it. And besides, at the end of the day, it's like, who cares? It's going to a room that they didn't really care about anyway. I'm just really gonna hope that it doesn't make any kind of horrible whistling noises. Because customers are rather particular about that. Oh! Golly, man, that +6 is just, it's just so... Ooh. It could be scary. It's very scary. But yeah, I'm gonna hope that that what I got is enough to... Oh, right, hold on. I should grab my... Just grab this before I forget. Wonderful. And then grab these. And then grab these Ankyphelon boxes. And then grab thread. Yeah, we'll grab thread. Because I like thread. That's a nice thing. That's what I really like about the Bach axe, where it's just like, yeah, get all your stuff. I still never got the C event thingamahoo's, which was a little unfortunate, but you know, that was when I had gotten another gig that unfortunately demanded a lot of my attention, and it was also like, oh man, I really don't like fighting the crabs. Attendance event was nice. I did get there. Good old Olga Otis, who I suppose actually would probably work pretty well with the Hanafuda. Yeah, I guess he would work pretty well with the Hanafuda. Ishmael, that's the word. All right, send in the lads. I need to think about it. And maybe DSC? DSC would probably be a really good fit now that I'm saying it. Huh. No, they're not discard, but they do discard, as I recall. That'd be what, probably DSC, home glue. Good question. That'd be for the theory crafters, though. I am get my thematic teams and hit the win rate button. Man, he never rolls good on that one. Oh, it's so good. Nom nom. Well, that wasn't quite enough to put them down. Alright, let's see here. Do you even have Fell Bullet equipped? No. Because I just don't like Fell Bullet. Which, I mean, I probably should put it on there if I'm running Fell Bullet Yisang, but, you know, it's like, oh wait, no, I'm doing that for the ramp, right, yeah, for extra. Doing it for extra rewards. Wink, wink. Totally didn't forget to equip it. Wink. Ah. Yeah, there we go. Then we'll just do a quick power counter. Oh my goodness gravy. Ah. Oh my gosh, they're so strong. No, can you go stand somewhere else, please? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Mama. Oh, this is going to end swimmingly for me. But what else did I have to do? No, that was kind of about it. I got a Danish over at the cafe that I like to go to when I go down to the city that I usually go to for a lot of the jobs, because it's nice. It's a nice time. It's a nice place. Got a cool vibe. I like to get me one of those chais that's loaded up with ginger, because I am a fiend. I'm a ginger fiend. Something caught my attention from the corner of my eye after another round of brutal combat. We were on the final car adjacent to the freight car when we discovered that odd box with the T-Corp logo on it.
그 대표라는 사람 허버트랬나? 다른 날개와 많은 연계를 하고 있다는 이야기를 했던 것 역시 W4하고도.
My goodness.
T사뿐이 아니라 날개들은 이리저리 협력을 주고받는 사이인 경우가 많소. 오히려 아직 그리 이름을 날리지 못한 우리 림버스 컴퍼니에게 이리 급하게 협력을 요청하는 것이 이례적인 일이라 보만.
뭐 W4도 이제 떨어질 만큼 떨어졌다는 거겠지. 부서져서 속이 드러나기 시작한 이 벽처럼. 아, 부서졌다고 하니까 생각난 건데.
Oh, Roger.
이긴 하다, 그치?
It was difficult for me to ignore how Roger hurriedly swerved to a different subject as though she'd made a mistake. Even the tone of her voice shifted like she was catching herself.
핏덩이가 붙은 의체 부품 및 조각이 사방에 널려 있는 것을 보아 다수의 의체 해결사가 탑승했던 객실칸으로 보인다.
I can't think about that right now. Let's first deal with the task at hand.
아까 T사의 원정을 왔다던 해결사 사무소가 이 사람들이었을지도 모르겠어요. 같은 모델의 의체가 많이 보이네요.
의체를 사용하는 해결사들만 고용하는 사무소도 있다고 본 것 같다네.
혹시 이분은?
We were walking through the bloody train car when we suddenly heard Sinclair's voice crack as though he saw something awful.
이자는 분명 승강장에서 마주쳤었던.
Oh no.
시비를 걸던 자군.
원정을 왔다 실패했다고 했었나? 이만한 숫자의 해결사들이었으니 진짜 원정이라고 말할 만도 하네.
부서진 팔만 한다스가 넘을 것 같네만. 예비팔을 교체해가면서 썼던 것이지 않겠는가?
That makes sense. That would explain all those broken prosthetic arms and legs in this car.
그것은 아마 다른 피주머니에게 저항하던 중에 발생한 흔적일 것입니다. 관리자님. 전쟁 때도 비슷한 사례가 많았습니다. 의체는 언제든 교체가 가능하니 자금이 허락하는 한 특별히 아끼거나 보호해가며 싸우지 않아도 된다는 마음가짐. 물론 그런 녀석들은 자기 몸을 제대로 보호하지 않아 일찍 전사하곤 했습니다.
Maybe so.
하나의 상황이 생각보다 다양하게 해석될 수 있군요. 두 의견을 모두 기억해두겠습니다.
좋은 자세군. 당신 같은 사원들은 꼭 끝까지 살아남곤 했지.
네, 뭐 다행이었겠군요.
Faust answered Altus in an uncharacteristically snappy manner. Signs of fatigue were creeping into her pensive expression. You alright, Faust? It was rare to see any actual expression from her. I was starting to get worried.
신체적으로는 문제가 없습니다만. 네, 고립된 바다 위에서 마구잡이로 그물을 던지는 것 같은 이 상황이 유쾌하진 않군요. 평소에는 열람한 정보에 간단한 추론만 곁들여서 명료한 결론을 내릴 수 있었으니까요.
Her voice was such a whisper for the second part of her sentence that even I could barely hear what she was saying.
아, 그건 알 것도 같네요. 새까맣고 고요한 호수 위에서 어떻게든 식량을 구하겠다고 그물을 던져도 막막하거든요. 대체 여기가 어디쯤인지, 이곳에서 무언가 잡히기는 하는 건지 갈피 자체를 못 잡으니까요.
나 또한 보이지 않는 묘혈에 누운 기분인 것은 매한가지요. 눈에 맺힌 상과 코끝의 혈약만으로는 나아갈 길을 알 수 없으니.
guaranteed that Ishmael and Yisang picked up on the first part of her sentence, however, as they walked up to her and shared a few words of consolation. Oh.
근데 파우스트 씨가 그런 말을 하는 건 처음 보는 것 같은데요? 아니, 정확히는 파우스트 씨가 오늘따라 평소랑 달라 보인다고 할지.
He's on to us.
아, 나쁘다는 건 아니에요. 오히려 조금 유해 보여서 좋네요.
그대에게서 본 적이 없던 모습이기에 퍽 신선하오.
그런가요?
Faust's reply was curt. She closed her eyes.
수영장에 있던 팜플렛에 의하면 이 열차는 객실용 12칸과 화물용 1칸으로 구성되어 있다고 한다. 현재 도달한 곳은 11번째 칸이므로 메피스토 팰레스가 있을 13번째 칸을 제외하면 단 한 칸이 남는다.
Which means
이 피주머니들을 만든 혈기를 마주할 것이다.
yeah. Just beyond that door.
그래봐야 이것들 대빵이라는 거 아니야. 뭐 얼마나 다르겠어?
역으로 말해 그 많은 피주머니를 거느릴 수 있는 존재이기에 위험 수준을 높게 생각하는 것이 타당하다.
잘 알려진 정보는 아니지만 혈귀의 상대를 전문적으로 하는 해결사도 있다고 합니다. 혈귀 사냥꾼이라 불리는데
Oh my
그거
god.
사실이라면 전문가가 따로 있을 만큼 까다로운 존재일 테죠.
생각해보면 피주머니라는 것들은 맹목적으로 혈기를 따르는 일종의 군세라는 거잖아요.
사기 저하나 탈출을 걱정하지 않아도 되는 군대를 만들 수 있는 자. 전쟁이든 일상이든 그런 자는 언제나 보통 이상의 능력을 갖고 있지.
The sitters each exchange various opinions with one another, possible strategies, estimations of blood fiend strength, and all of a sudden,
다 집어치우시게! 이런 천인 공로의 상황을 만든 범인을 잡으러 가는 건 아니겠가? 지금 이 순간에도 그놈의 혈액을 휘발시키고 있을지도 모르잖아. 그러든 그렇지 않든 반드시 본인의 손으로 그 자를 처단하겠네. 그러니 서두르세.
yeah, go get him, Donkey. Don Quixote's sudden outburst immediately put a stop to the chatter. He's not wrong. Besides, dealing with the blood fiend is the key to completing our contract. With that, I opened the door leading to the last car of this train.
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한
Oh yeah!
피를 마시는 순간에는 생각나지 않을 거다.
Grab a couple of these real quick.
가릴 것 없이 마음껏 마셔.
Don't mind if I do.
우리가 이룰 수 있는 유일한
Then we get all those. Then we'll grab one of these. The one who lords. Oh my gosh, there he is. It's cassette tape. And who could that be? Nobody knows the trouble I'm in. This room.
다들 왜 그런 표정이지?
Oh, that is Sinclair's VA, isn't it?
놀리러 왔으면 최선을 다해서 웃어야지.
저자가 이 모든 일의 원인
Oh my god.
저희가 처리해야 할
It's the
혈귀의
blood
상황.
feed of La Mancha land.
꿀꺽 머리를 조아려 예의를 갖춰라.
그쪽이 누구길래 우리가 그래야 하는데?
한 번만 말해줄 테니 똑똑히 들어라. 내 이름은 카세티. 가족으로부터 도망친 제6권 소비자. 너희 위에 군림할 진정한 왕자이다.
이 열차에서 일어난 모든 사륙이 니놈이 벌인 짓인가?
왕자의 앞에서 무례하게도 질문이 많군. 하지만 모처럼 배가 부른 상태니
넘어가 주지. 자, 보다시피 이 열차는 근사한 식사를 위한 연회장. 피주머니를 마음껏 만들고 먹어도 이 인간들은 끊임없이 찾아오지. 그럼 나는 그때마다 만찬을 즐길 뿐이다.
얼굴에 여흥용 가면을 쓰고 있어.
인사할 생각이라면 얼굴 정도는 제대로 보여주는 것이 기본적인 예의 아닌가?
이 가면 떼어지지 않아. 될 수 없어. 떼서는 안 돼. 그래선 왕자가 될 수 없어.
Yeah!
가면 뒤에 모습.
Don't worry, we'll be getting to the curses part of our tour.
모두가 얼굴을 숨기기로 했지.
Hey, what are you doing?
너희들의 피를
Come back!
마시고 나면
Don't run away!
원래대로 돌아올 거야.
Come here.
그럼 그때는 가면을 벗을 수 있.
I'm sure he'd be handsome, just like Mr. Salt.
안면에 바느질을 한 자는 누구지? 솜씨가 제법이군.
당연하지. 이 가면은 감히 이름을 입에 담기 황송한 이 발사님께서 직접 제작하셨으니까. 하지만 너무 아파. 아니야, 웃고 있어요. 열심히 웃고 있잖아요. 저는 왕자랍니다.
정신이 획가닥해버린 놈이군. 다 웃었냐? 그러면 이제 몇 대만 좀 맞아라.
Oh, I always love Heathcliff's candor.
난 너희 같은 놈들이
See, he gets it.
울고 짜고 바닥에 엎드려서 애걸복걸하는 것보다 달려들면서 피가 끓어오르는 그런 놈들.
주위나 둘러봐. 넌 혼자야. 불을 당해낼 수 있을 것 같냐?
About that.
방심하지 마세요. 상대는
Send in the clowns.
승객을 피주머니로 만들어 온 자입니다.
방심은 안 하겠지만 그래도 뒷칸에서부터 피주머니들은 보이는 족족 우리가 썰어버렸잖아.
숫자. 그래, 숫자가 중요하지. 몇 명이 방문했는지가 중요한 것. 기억하고 있어요. 난 말이야, 아주 강해. 그리고 이 새로운 왕국에서 물러날 마음은 조금도 없어. 이 왕좌에 가만히 앉아 있으면 피주머니들이 알아서 대령되지. 이런 나골이 또 있을 것 같아. 내가 이곳을 어떻게 만들었는데? 이걸 어버이들께서
I can't remember. Was he a sixth?
얼마나 좋아하셨을까?
I think he was a sixth kindred.
이 쾌락을, 이 자유를.
But I could be wrong. I need to double check.
이건 제가 만든 왕국이에요. 누구에게도 넘기지 않아.
조금 의아하긴 하군요. 추측하건대 저 혈귀는 이 칸에서 거의 벗어나지 않는 것 같습니다만 그 영향은 열차의 모든 칸에 미치고 있을 정도로 강력할 뿐더러.
Which means
가만히 앉아 있어도 피주머니가 대령된다는 건
잠깐!
oh my goodness. Someone suddenly and frantically charged into this car. It was Sasha, the fixer we ran into in one of the earlier cars. Oh, right. He said he shrinks into his throat at this sudden intrusion, terror apparent on his face. In his face.
자네는 설마 우리를 도와주러 이곳까지 와준 겐가?
No.
저길 보게나. 저자가 이 모든 사건의 원흉인 혈기일세.
Hey.
저자만 처치한다면 그대가 보호한 승객들 모두 이 열차를 무사히 탈출할 수 있을 거라네.
혈귀. 만약 피주머니가 아닌 채로 이성을 유지할 수 있는 혈기가 더 있다면
정말 여기까지 왔네. 날개에서 의뢰를 준 해결사는 좀 다르구나. 나도 옛날엔 열심히 싸웠는데 마지막까지 남아서.
무슨 소리를 하는 거야?
이 네 팔 중에 3개가 뽑혀 나갔더라고. 그런데 이상하지? 팔이 하나밖에 안 남으니까 그때서야 이런 생각이 들었어. 죽기 싫다라고. 그래서 빌었어. 살려주면.
피하세요, 돈키호테.
무엇이든 다 할 수 있다고.
Blood rapidly crystallized around Sasha like a suit of armor as she swung her greatsword at the sinners, striking them even before Faust's hurried shout had fully died away.
내가 말했잖아. 예고 없이 갑자기 튀어나오지 말라고. 그 망할 발들이 너무 시끄러운 거 몰라. 가족들이 날 찾으러 온 줄 알았다.
The people I had run away from.
소개하지. 이쪽은 앞으로의 왕국을 위해 내가 밖으로 나와 처음으로 만든 권서. 나의 왕국을, 가족을 함께 건설하고 있는 충실한 나의 종자이다.
말씀하신 대로 강한 놈들을 선별해서 이곳으로 보내려고 했습니다만 저희 칸의 인간들은 전부 형편없는 놈들 뿐이었기에 1등석에서 온 저자들을 카세트님에게로 보내주었습니다.
권속.
Dun dun dun.
권속이란 게 무엇인지 정확히 알고 계신가요?
아니, 하지만 이것만큼은 얘기할 수 있어.
It sure beats dying.
눈에 들어온 순간 다시 태어난 기분이었지.
권속은 뒤틀림이나 환상체가 만들어내는 하위 개체의 개념과 유사하군요. 정확한 정보도 없이 무작정 받아들였던 것은 그만큼 절박했기 때문이겠죠.
아마 권속이 되기 전에 나는 그랬겠지.
자네가 저 혈기의 하수인이라는 소리인가? 우리가 처음 보았을 때부터
붉은 눈에 대해 물어볼 땐 얼마나 놀랐던지. 의심했어도 내 눈은 붉은 빛을 내는 의안일 뿐이라 의미는 없었겠지만.
그러면 자네가 보호하고 있던 그 스펙들은
I ate him.
내가 말했지. 숫자가 중요하다고. 행렬은 길수록 좋다.
Oh no! Dozens of blood bags began shambling into the room from behind Sasha. The smaller one among them stood out to me. My mind immediately snapped to the child who grabbed Don Quixote's coattails. Ooh. I knew that the passengers were dead the moment we realized Sasha was a blood fiend, but I hoped that we'd be spared this sight.
어린아이도 있었다네.
알아. 언젠가 커서 해결사가 되고 싶어 했지. 그런데 해결사가 될 바엔 피주머니로 사는 게 나아. 해결사로 살아온 내가 보증할 수 있어.
그이 닥치시게.
Now you've done it.
그렇고 이름 높은 해결사 같은 꿈을 꾸면 결국 실망하거든. 아니면 일찍 죽던가.
그이 닥치라고 하지 않았는가?
Don Quixote did not give Sasha time to finish her sentence. She was already charging full speed at her with her lance drawn. Yeah! God, what a good event. Alright, anyway, now it's time to just go and hit the, yeah, it's time for good old, let's see here. Okay, so he's going that way. Yes! We're here, dealing with the, you guessed it, blood bags. But mostly just rounding out the event because I was like, oh no, I forgot to do the event. Though admittedly we're, you know, about at the end, which is good. We just gotta tear through cassette tape and his herd of oh, if I could my kingdom for some people who can roll heads, thank you. It's okay, Yisang, you can take your time. Alright, let's just take a look here. Don't do damage, please. I'd rather go this into you, and then this over here. One of these, a power counter, the whip. Is that enough? Yes, that's enough for whispers. And then we'll just put one of you over here, and then we'll put that over there, and then this should be fine. Should be fine is the optimal word. Oh, but a man could dream. That's the ticket. Oh. Ah! Oh, that worked. No. No. Ah, come on. Eh, whatever. Whatever, it's fine. That's what pursuance is for. Yeah, that'll be alright. We got 2 pursuance, actually, because we got, wait. Do we have pursuance on this one, don't you? No, I've got the other one. That's right. Okay, let's put you over here, and then we'll go for another one of these. This goes over here. Power counter over there. We'll just put that over there, because he's gonna explode once he gets hit by that. I'll give that to you. That should be fine. That was enough for... Yeah, that was enough for whispers. I always get my whispers and my whistles confused. It's like, oh, which one needs the 4? That's right. It's when she's on the field. That's that. And that's that. And, well, let's see. Okay, so how many more of these guys do we have? I don't know. And they refuse to tell me. So I guess it'll just be until they run out of goons. Well, one's up now. This over here, put this over there, put this in here, and then we'll just dogpile on you and probably you. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Oh. Oh, that's the good stuff. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's see here. Go with a quick power counter, and then we'll go this way, that way. This strikes into you, this goes this way, and you go that way. That should be fine. Should be the operative. Man, it seems like Prince Missile is very good, and I like him a lot. But that's mostly because he's really cool. As I do like that you get to see him after he gets his moisturization. That's not what I said. I said yeah, after he gets his moisturizer, I guess. Yeah, sure, whatever, that works. Bing. And under so much contempt of the gaze. Yeah, we got a fair bit of yeah, looks like Mr. Winrate Button's more than capable at this point, and we got plenty of SP because of Faust. We love Faust, don't we? Oh, we love seeing Faust. And Faust is very good, and I think will be for forever. At least on, you know, Lust teams. Because the second that she's not, well, what's the point? I mean, she at least does roll high enough. Because I think the gripping was like 16? You know, it's still not half bad. Sometimes it definitely has its problems. Alright, and I should... do I contempt the gaze? Yeah, I think we contempt awe. We'll just hit the damage button, please, and thank you. Oh, 3. I don't think we're gonna get to the contempt and awe. Yes. Nope, I was right. Oh no.
진절머리가 나는 건 허락도 없이 만들게 된 나의 첫 권속이 이런 덜 떨어진 놈이라.
Don't be mean to her. She's trying her best.
용서하십시오, 어버이시여.
시워라. 그나마 일용할 피주머니를 챙겨왔으니 망정이지. 자식의 추태는 그 어버이가 거둬야 하는 법.
개소리.
With that, Gazzetti reached out toward the pile of blood bags on the ground and... an armor of hardened blood materialized over the blood fiend's body. His sheer aggression and hatred was palpable enough to make our skin crawl.
혈액을 걷어들인 것으로 힘을 더욱 키운 것으로 보입니다.
아직 완전히 힘이 돌아오진 않았지만
Yes, sir.
왕이 된 나의 행진에 어울릴만 하지. 그렇죠. 자, 어디 덤벼봐라. 왕을 해하려는 반역자 놈들아.
He is at least pretty cool. Alright, let's see here. So I'm feeling contempt of the gaze, and then, you? Come here. What are you doing? Okay, well, you can go that way if you really want to. I won't stop you. And, offset that, and then at 7. Gotta get me some more torn memories. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, send him in. Fist fight him to death. Come on, we're almost there. Oh, he's only got, he doesn't have that much health. Yeah, it should be fine. I guess I fought him too many times in the mirror dungeons. Are you joshing me? It's a little mean. Yeah, try dodging that, you son of a horse. Her name's Betty. You smug son of a pig. The name's Betty. Is that how that quote went? That sounds right. Nah, whatever. Thank you. Hello, yes. One contempt followed by an awe.
모든 시선이 이끌리지.
Okay, 20's not bad. 20's not bad. Not bad, not bad at all.
주군께서는 사소한 실수로 책 잡지 아니하시니 너무 긴장하지 말고
Yeah, this should be fine. Especially because I'm pretty sure we're just stealing all of the extra blood that's here on the ground. And we've got enough for that, and I think we're just shy for pursuit. Oh, right, we don't have any gloom generation. Ah! What a maroon I am. Oh, it's that good stuff, though. Perfect. I suppose I could at least spam some of my other attacks. No, I don't think I've ever actually seen Barbara Otis put on her mask, but now everybody's got their juice back. Let's see here. Does anybody have... No. I will go for a bunch of one-sided guards, just so that we get all these rolling. Thank you. Take a little less damage, because he's about to get the big heal. Got the big heal, and he got all the blood, except he's got like 82 bleed, so he's still gonna get, you know, got. Because it doesn't matter how much blood he has on the ground when we've got all the rest of it. Yeah, I think we got him. So we will probably have to go and deal with the amount of damage that he's pumping out. Considering that our only method of healing is Claudia with her one... Well, I don't know about our only method of healing. I mean, we got Greg. Greg is good at healing. I'm lying. I'm a liar. Oh. I don't know where all that can... Oh, is it from Contempt and Awe? Hold on. Let me just double check here real quick. Ego, Contempt, Awe... Ah, yes, the random Leastone affinity that doesn't correspond to the affinity of the attack skill. Isn't that nice? Which means that now we can go and, you know, heal. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go and heal him up for... Oh, let's take a look here. Yeah, dominating, thank you. Yeah, you might have unbreakable coins, but let's see how you handle this. Unbreakable coin this, you little rapscallion. Go get him, lads. Hey. There you go. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good. And of course... Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make that. Especially with a good old-fashioned pursuance. Is he only taking half? That's probably part of his passive. Or maybe, well, he's only got the some such on his body. Oh, right, yeah, no, the extra bleed that poor Gregor's taking is gonna kill him. He said, how much bleed does he have right now? Does he have much bleed? No, okay. We got rid of the bleed. He's fine. He's fine. Engage maximum over damage and just beat him down. Oh, I forgot to check what kind of kindred he was. No, well. Guess I could check it from the.
그래. 피가 끓어넘치는 인간은 좋아. 하지만
Oh, it's too much. They're really beating me up.
너무 아프잖아. 이 녀석 조각 내놓으려고 해도 자꾸 서로 달라붙어서. 이래서는 제압하기가 힘들 것 같은데요.
What are you doing? The mental fatigue finally got to Gregor and Sinclair, and they collapsed to the ground. The strange environment of warp trains was proving to be a significant boost to the Blood Fiend's regenerative ability. The battle trudged on without an end in sight. At this point, we've already been fighting for much longer than we had at K-Corp Border Checkpoint or at the basement of Withering Heights. The Sinners had all grown much stronger since then, but even they were reaching a breaking point. Go get him, donkey! Don Quixote continues to wildly pummel the Blood Fiend with her lance, breaking, stabbing, and crushing him every time a body part regenerated.
나는 배가 많이 고파.
배가 고프다는 이유로 수많은 사륙을 저지른데 변명이 된다고 생각하는가?
닥쳐! 너는 몰라. 200년 동안 썩은 디라곤은 그 빌어먹게 끔찍한 아니야 떠올리기 싫어. 닥쳐! 조용히 해! 아니야 제가 못했어요. 제발 한 모금만 주세요. 소용없어. 아무리 찔러봤자.
이놈이 전부 짓이겨져 곤죽으로 바뀔 때까지 공격을 멈추지 않겠다.
Blood Fiend's regeneration is so powerful that he's recovering as fast as Don Quixote is destroying him. He's regenerating at an insane rate. We can't.
권석, 나의 자식, 내게 새로운 생명을 주고 이 연회를 베풀어 주었다. 그러니 너도 네 할 일을 해. 어버이의 은혜에 보답을 하란 말이다.
제가 어떻게
이놈들의 약점을 찾아 이놈이 내게 매달렸던 것처럼 저놈들이 우리에게 매달릴 수밖에 없는 이유를.
한 가지 짚히는 것이 있다면
Sasha began looking around wildly, surprised by Cassetti's sudden command.
저와 같은 의체 해결사들과 흡사한 전투 방식을 갖고 있다는 점이 있습니다. 의체를 가진 자들이 팔다리 하나 둘쯤 교체하면 된다는 생각으로
Oh no, they're onto us.
저들도 자신의 목숨이 여러 개는 있다는데 경망스럽게 행동하더군요. 지켜야 할 것이 없으니 싸움에만 집중하고 결국에는 이렇게 중요한 것을 쉽사리 흘리고 잊어버리죠.
With one of her remaining arms, Sasha picked up from the ground the master keycard Faust showed her in one of the previous cars. Oh no!
막으세요, 동키호테.
어버이시여, 당신께 바치겠습니다.
Don't let her get to the bus. Don Quixote immediately leaped at the fixer, but one of her arms struck her away with great force. Ishmael and Marceau, who had been holding Cassetti down, were no match for his strength without Don Quixote's fury. The blood fiend threw them both to the side and grabbed the key card.
1등석 칸으로 갈 수 있는 열쇠입니다. 이것으로 더 많은 피주머니를 왕국의 번영을.
Oh. Cassetti examines the master keycard with clear interest. Without that keycard, we'll be trapped inside this train for thousands of years until it reaches its destination.
단테. 파우스트의 정보와 지식에 접근할 수 없던 지금의 저는 나름의 최선을 통해 오늘의 난관을 해치우고 있었다고 생각했습니다. 하지만 마스터 카드키가 저자에게 넘어간 지금으로서는 모든 것이 더욱 불확실해졌군요. 아마 그 원인을 따져본다면
Faust took a deep breath as if she was about to take a deep dive into the source of all this trouble.
지금껏 파우스트에게 너무 의지해왔던 탓일 테죠.
What I can tell, Faust has always been operating based on information she received from Faust. So a situation like this, where she has to make decisions on her own, must be unfamiliar to her. But Faust is an exceptional sinner, with or without Faust. Or Faust. I've been thinking the same thing about myself, actually. That I might have been relying too much on that perfect Faust. But even without Faust, you still guided us masterfully after analyzing the information we brought you. Maybe uncertainty itself doesn't always have to be a problem for us. Remember? Thus the lack of plan itself becomes the plan. You said it yourself.
그렇군요. 저는 파우스트 중에서도 불확실성을 믿는 파우스트니까요. 마스터 카드키를 빼앗긴 것은 수많은 불확실성 중 단 하나일 뿐. 확실한 건 저자나 우리 둘 다 절박하다는 것이죠. 그렇다면 협상을 하는 수밖에요.
보아하니 저놈은 회복시키는 능력이 있는 듯한데 지금부터는 한 놈도 회복시키지 마. 알겠냐? 이 열쇠가 산산조각 나는 꼴을 보고 싶지 않다면.
사리 협상이라니 어찌 그런 그것은 악인가의 타협 아닌가?
I didn't have the time to regenerate Don Quixote's severe injuries just yet, and the rest of the sinners were already unconscious. The only sinner who could still move and talk was Faust, whom I just rewound the clock for. Yeah, let's do that.
그럼 카세트, 장소를 이동하는 것은 어떻겠습니까? 저와 단테 씨만이 가겠습니다. 그곳에서는 당신을 공격하지 않겠다는 의사를 확실히 하죠.
There's no doubt in my mind that Cassetti must also be exhausted by the unending barrage of attacks from Don Quixote and the sinners. So Faust's suggestion that we move this conversation to a different place without the sinners must have sounded pretty sweet to him.
아무도 없는 곳으로?
네, 당신도 알다시피 이 앞칸에는 화물칸이 있습니다. 그곳에서 서로의 원하는 바를 이야기해보죠.
보아하니까 저 시계놈이 너희들의 왕인가 보군. 그렇지. 네놈은 그 종이고.
그렇습니다.
좋아. 왕은 왕끼리 대화해야지.
관리자
We'll be back in a minute, Don Quixote. Thus, we left the incapacitated sitters and Don Quixote, who watched on with hollow, despondent eyes as we walked away. We carefully made our way into the freight car. So, Faust, why are we doing this in the freight car again?
단테, 저는 처음으로 도박이란 것을 해보려고 합니다.
With that, the door closed shut behind us. And that's the end of that. Well, I mean, that's at least that. Alright, let me grab the, most of them. That's a good amount of tickets, and we got everything else that was important. Like good old... whatever that was. And good old... wasn't there a Heathcliff in here somewhere? Oh well. The negotiation. Ah, yes, the negotiator. So this passageway leads straight into Mephistopheles?
그래, 처음부터 이게 문제였어. 이 망할 버스가 내 수면을 방해했다고.
Oh, put this dumb bus there.
이 버스로 가득 차지만 않았어도 이렇게 일찍 퍼레이드를 열 계획도 관석을 만들 계획도 없었는데.
Ow.
단테,
That was my wrist. Hmm?
연결된 것 같습니다.
Connection. The suddenness of her statement briefly knocked me off my train of thought. I looked at her and cocked my head in confusion, and she replied with an even quieter whisper without looking away from the blood fiend.
메피스토펠레스에 탑승한 것으로 파우스트와의 연결이 복구되었습니다.
Ding! Did you know that this would work? Nope.
아니요. 아까도 말했다시피 도박이었습니다. 확률 자체도 계산하기 어려운 불확실한 저의 가정이었죠. 실제로 상봉해보니 로자 씨가 왜 도박을 좋아하는지 조금은 알 것 같네요.
Faint smile momentarily appears on Faust's lips as she jests, then fades away.
연결이 되었으니 워프 열차에 들어가면 파우스트와 단절된다는 중요한 정보를 누락한 것에 대해 게젤 샤프트 관리직 파우스트들에게 즉시 항의를 하고 싶습니다만.
First things first, it's time to complain.
것이 우선이겠네요.
Then I'll file a complaint.
저는 생각하지만 아니길 바랍니다.
Faust gently advanced toward the blood fiend.
협상에 대한 이야기를 하시죠. 어떻게 하면 그 마스터 카드 키를 돌려주실 거죠?
원래 같았으면 니놈들을 피주머니로 만든 후에 남김없이 마시려고 했지만 보통의 인간들이랑 다르군. 나는 이 왕국이 들키지 않고 조용히 아주 오랫동안 유지되길 원한다. 그리고 너희들은 이곳을 나가는 것이 목표지. 안 그래? 카드키를 받고 너희가 있던 이 1등석으로 돌아가면 우리는 이곳에서 아무 일 없던 것처럼 지낼 거야. 열차가 도착하면 너희는 내려 각자가 있을 곳으로 돌아가는 거야. 어때?
아무 일 없었던 것처럼.
What about the job we were contracted to do in the first place?
흔적까지 통째로 사라질 저희는 의뢰의 성패 여부를 넘길 방법조차 없습니다. 저 혈귀를 해치울 수 있다면 적어도 사건이 해결되었다고 W사에게 통보받을 수 있겠지만 이렇게 되면 저희는 단순한 힌트도 제공하지 못할 것이고 의뢰는 실패로 돌아가겠죠. 하지만 그보다 당신과 수감자들의 정신적 안정을 확보하는 것이 더 중요합니다.
Oh. Not like we've always been successful, so that was something I could live with, but what about the other passengers of this train and its future passengers? I remember the look on Don Quixote's face whenever we would come across these inevitable forms of injustice. Faust does not reply. Yet the lack of reply was a reply all on its own. Are we gonna have to let them die? Innocent lives will be lost, but we cannot prioritize their lives over our safety. That must be Faust's and the company's policy. And yet... Don Quixote! I thought her wounds were too severe for her to even crawl, let alone walk, but with sheer will she pushed herself through the pain to reach the freight car.
비겁하고 악독한 차를 아무 일도 없다는 듯이 보내줄 순 없네.
God!
그럼 이 열차에 계속 갇혀 있겠다는 거냐? 나는 알고 있어. 내가 이 열쇠를 부수기만 하면 너희는 억겁의 시간 동안 이곳에 살아.
상관없다. 악인의 만행을 못 본 채하고 앞으로 향하는 이곳에서 놈을 계속해서 처단할 것이니.
Faust and I grabbed Don Quixote. She'd normally be strong enough to wriggle free of our grips, but she'd already pushed herself beyond her limits merely by walking here.
파우스트군, 이거 놓으시게. 나리도 이러면 안 되는 것이오.
Quixote, letting him destroy that key means that you'll be condemning the sinners to thousands of years of torment.
본인이 잡지에서 보았던 재밌는 이야기라도 잔뜩 해주겠다네. 다 같이 노력하면 아무리 긴 세월이어도 견딜 수 있지 않겠는가?
그것으로 해결되지 않으리란 건 돈키호테 씨도 알고 있다고 생각합니다.
그러면 다른 방법이 있지 않겠는가? 파우스트 군도 관리자 나리도 똑똑한 사람들이지 않은가? 저 악한 자도 벌하고 수감자들도 괜찮을 수 있는 방법은 정녕 없는 겐가?
Her struggle begins to wane, but this was no acceptance, this was dejection. Wait, Don Quixote, no! I think motion we failed to notice that the Blood Fiend had been quietly advancing at us. We let Don Quixote go at the last second. A second too late.
어버이시여, 허가 없이 한 번 더 만드는 것을 용서하소서. 지금부터 네가 나의 두 번째 권속이 되는 거다.
You're about to watch something horrible. Because then he screams incoherently as he leaps onto Don Quixote, piercing her neck with his fangs before he even had the chance to do anything.
설마 이런 식으로 해결이 될 거라고 생각하진 않았는데.
What do you mean, the solution?
이전에도 보았지만 다시 한번 열람한 정보에 의하면 단테, 제 뒤에서 벗어나지 마세요. 그리고 지금부터 일어나는 일은 절대 다른 수감...
Quixote levitates slightly into the air, the strings on her shoes unraveling as they slip off her feet on their own. She looks on with bewilderment as her running shoes fall to the floor. And always had this question swirling at the unfocused backstage of my mind. Why are you always so protective of those running shoes, Don Quixote?
어? 운동화? 아, 우리 로신한테를 말하는 것인가?
Yeah, those.
본인은 수많은 모험을 이 로신한테와 함께 해왔네. 슬플 때나 기쁠 때는 물론이고 어떤 고난이 닥쳐와도 언제부터인가 내 곁을 떠나지 않고 지켜주었던 벗이지.
She doesn't know when she got them?
자, 관리자 나리도 로신한테에게 인사하시게.
No, I think I'm good.
헤이, 쑥스러워하지 말고 어서.
꼬질꼬질 냄새가 날 것 같아. 꼬맹이가 째깍이 냄새 고문시키고 있어.
로신한테는 냄새나지 않네. 로신한테는 보기에는 이래도 엄청나게 깨끗한. 그리고 본인도 꼬맹이 아니.
대피.
Everybody run! She smells! Don Quixote, don't tell me you go to sleep wearing those running I mean, Rocinante.
로신한테 안부까지 신경 써주다니 그거 참 친절하군.
I didn't mention that this question was inspired by numerous eyewitness reports from other sinners who saw her wandering the halls in her pajamas and wearing Rocinante.
잘 때는 물론이고 본인은 어느 상황이든 간에 로신한테와 떨어질 수 없는 사이일세. 단지 필요할 때만 찾는 사이가 아닌 모든 순간에도 함께라는 뜻이지.
Now that I think about it, every single identity of Don Quixote also wears that pair of running shoes. Rocinante. Have you ever taken them off?
벗는다니 그게 무슨 소리요? 로신한테를 떼어낸다는 것인가? 관리자 나리도 엉뚱한 소리를 다 하는군.
He looks at me with puzzled eyes as though taking off those pair of running shoes was, or as if taking those pair of running shoes off was somehow, whatever. Or something much more than just her favorite pair of running shoes. Her attitude about it was totally detached from common sense too, but she didn't notice anything strange about herself. What does Rocinante mean to Don Quixote? What even is that thing? Ah! An overwhelmingly powerful pressure suddenly explodes, radiating in all directions. As the metallic stench of blood suffocates the bus, filling every corner of it with its sickening horror. Then darkness. Is that always animated? In all-absorbing darkness, voices are only light.
당신은 제2 권속을 지금까지 어떤 일렁임도 뿜어내지 않고서
I do think I saw a faint shimmering. It was red, and she wore a long fur adornment of sorts. And through the shimmering I think I saw red eyes. I know that voice, but I also don't. I've never heard it in such a low, imposing tone before. It speaks toward the lesser being. The blood fiend, shriveled and kneeling, trembling. Pathetic.
선조시여 일마리 자비를 둘째 권속이시여 일마리 자비를 둘째 권속이시여 일마리 자비를
Crimson droplets of blood slowly rise around the blood fiend's mouth before congealing and sealing his mouth shut.
네 놈은 감히 나와 섞을 수 있는 말이 없다. 아니, 피를 거스르는 폐륜의 죄악을 저지른 채로 내 눈앞에 서 있는 것부터 용납되지 않는군. 굳어지고 다시 녹아내려라.
Cassetti's body begins liquefying into a slick stream of blood, his form curdling and crumbling and dripping to the ground. He melts rapidly, yet ponderously, like that ice cream Don Quixote loves so much, puddling on the floor, heated under the searing sun. Ugh. Quixote turned to look at me, who was still on the ground after being thrown by the shockwave. And with a cryptic look of pity, she uttered something.
그래, 그대가 그 약속의 시계인가?
Something I couldn't quite understand.
나에게 로시난테를
Roshinante.
부탁하지.
I carefully reached out, grabbed her shoes, and slipped them onto her bare feet, one by one. She gasped, stumbled, and slumped to the ground. Good old uncertainty. Ah, man, we're almost at level 88. How nice. Sometime later.
이게 대체 무슨 일이 일어났던 건지 누가 납득되게 설명해 주실 분이 계신가요?
No. I knew that the sinners would all be shocked and confused. After all, when they, including Faust and Don Quixote, all came back to life after I rewound the clock, all that remained was the destroyed door to the freight car and the disgusting, obliterated remains of what was once Cassetti.
혈기와의 반복된 전투로 대부분 정신을 잃은 상태였다. 관리자님의 조치는 적절하다.
그랬지.
하지만 여기서 대부분이라 함은 셋을 제외한 인원으로 설명을 요구한다면 그 인원에게 물어보는 것이 정확할 것이다.
Wait.
뭐라? 그 셋이 누군데?
파우스트,
Ta-da.
관리자님, 그리고 아직 의식을 되찾지 못한 돈키호테다.
뭐야, 그런 거예요?
Wow, you were spot on. When did you even have the time to notice that? Oh boy.
의식이 꺼지기 바로 직전 발걸음과 목소리를 통해 파악하였습니다.
어떻게 된 거냐 그래서? 쟤는 또 왜 안 깨어나는 건데?
깊은 잠에 빠진 듯하군요. 생명에는 지장이 없으니 곧 정신을 차리실 겁니다.
I remember everything, of course. Don Quixote's sudden transformation, how she practically erased the Blood Fiend and his kindred from the world without even moving a finger. I also remember Faust's last words.
그리고 지금부터 일어나는 일은 절대 다른 수가
And then she blew up. Don Quixote was unconscious and Faust was answering every question with silence. It was only natural that everyone would turn to me for some answers. That's, you know.
그러고 보니 제일 중요한 카드키는 어디 있는 건가요?
Yeah, about, oh no. Last I remember it was in Cassetti's hands.
지금은 녹아내려버린 그럴듯한 꼴이 되었지.
그러면 그자가 들고 있었다던 카드 키는
Oh, well, you know, turned into goo. Well, shoot.
반액체 상태가 되었다. 이자의 손가락뼈와 같이 섞여 있군. 가운데 손가락인 듯하다.
Wait. Uh-oh.
다들 침착하세요. 침착해.
담배를 더 챙겨왔어야 했는데.
Could have brought the whole carton.
되지 않냐?
마스터 카드키가 없어도 상황을 해결할 수 있습니다.
We gotta get out of here.
어떻게?
여러분에게 해결 방법을 완전히 이해시키기 위해 약 5시간 정도가 소요될 것으로 예상됩니다. 그러니 요약해서 말씀드리죠.
In a digestible summarized format.
이거 다시 재수 없어졌네.
맥피스토 팰리스의 뒷문을 이용하면 됩니다.
Going somewhere else. Wait, the steely confidence in her declaration was more than enough to win us all over. I have an idea. What is it? Let's leave. Oh, we headed to the corridor past the back door, Don Quixote slung over one of our shoulders, and arrived at our destination.
무슨 일을 겪고 온 것이냐고 물어볼 수밖에 없는 몰골이군.
후두둑 후두둑.
Grains of sand and seashell-like things fell with every step the sinners took.
설명은 뒷사람 해줄 거야.
그게 어떻게 된 것이냐 하면 입안이 꺼끌거리는구려.
A few moments earlier, Faust explained the gist of this plan as we made our way to the back door.
간단히 말하면 열차가 아닌 공간에서 시간을 보내는 것입니다. A사 표준 시간으로 단 10초. 그 정도의 시간만 기존 차원에서 보낸다면 자연히 이 열차는 도착해 있을 테니까요.
And with that, Faust came to a sudden stop in the middle of one of the corridors.
그러니까 문이 이렇게나 많고 많은데 망설이지도 않고 그렇게 덥석 열어도 되는 거야?
네, 이 문이 맞습니다. 안전은 보장하죠.
아니 이 문을 열면 뭐가 있는지 정도라도 알려줘야지.
굿해요. 그 이상의 정보까지
I didn't bother looking.
예상치 못한 걸 마주하게 되는 경험도 훗날을 위해 필요할 테니까요.
뭐? 야, 그럼
Faust did not wait for Heathcliff to finish his sentence before jerking the door wide open.
지금입니다. 모두.
With Faust's stern command, we quickly walked into a building that looked like a derelict abandoned hospital of sorts.
모래폭풍 수준이네요. 이건 뭐야 여기 실내 아니야?
눈이 안 떠져요.
이게 모래가? 이게 설마 모래바람이야? 천장도 멀쩡히 달려있는데.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sinners blurted out a series of colorful complaints trying to cover themselves in the blasting sandstorm. But Faust continued to count in that same indifferent rhythm before dragging us out of there just as urgently as she had ushered us in. So, we managed to return safe and sound to the interiors of the warp train as it arrived at the P Corp platforms. As the train was still getting cleaned up, that is. And with our bodies completely covered in sand.
이대로 도착 못하는 줄 알았어.
It was 10 seconds. Get over it.
멀쩡한 승격이잖아. 어떻게?
They were so happy to be done with this whole ordeal that even the W Corp cleanup agents in the middle of a cleanup mission looked downright hospitable.
저희는 귀사의 의뢰를 받고 워프 열차에 탑승한 림버스 컴퍼니 소속 직원입니다.
아, 팀장님이 사전에 고지했던 그분들이시군요. 정말로 기억을 갖고 있네요.
그러고 보니 저기 있는 수면용 포드에 직원분이 자고 계세요.
아, 그거 듣기만 해봤는데 한번 확인해보죠.
We walked over to the hidden compartment behind the chair that the cleanup agent crawled into. Inside it was.
아무도 없는데요.
응? 여기가 아니었나?
이곳이 맞다. 그럼에도 여기에 들어갔던 사람이 없다는 것은
역시 멀쩡할 리가 없나? 뭔가 잘못 보신 게 아닐까요?
I doubt that.
피곤해서 잘못 본 모양이네요. 그럼 저희는 이만 나가보겠습니다.
Well, anyway, yeah, I'm sure that he's totally fine and isn't lost in the space between spaces. Faust cut the conversation short before the other sitters began asking too many questions. Now that I became intimately familiar with the meaning of that gesture, I followed her outside without another word.
도착한 곳이요?
오늘따라 올해도 파자다만 이제 왔겠냐?
알겠다. 자세한 상황은 버스로 이동 중에 듣도록 하지.
네. W사의 관련 보고를 송부하는 것은 ACCA를 통해.
Virgilius was already there when we arrived, discussing the events aboard the train with Faust. He looked oddly apprehensive.
나는 카론을 데리고 메피스토 팰레스의 결속 해제를 지켜보도록 하지. 아무래도 관리자가 당신한테 할 말이 많아 보이는 분침을 하고 있는 것 같거든. 자리를 비켜주겠다.
I was finally able to talk to ask Faust once Virgilius left. Why did you do that? Faust's body was quite literally blasted to pieces from the sheer explosive pressure that filled the room the moment Don Quixote's shoes came off. It was as though she knew what was going to happen.
당신의 몸이 터져버리는 것보다 당연히 나은 선택이었으니까요. 죽는다는 것을 거의 알고 있었음에도 시계를 돌리게 만든 것은 죄송하게 생각하고 있습니다.
No, I'm not blaming you for that. I just want to know how long you've known that Don Quixote is...
그것이라면 LCB가 결성될 때부터 파악하고 있었습니다. 베르길리우스도 같습니다.
Of course.
단지 관리자에게 적절한 때에 정보를 개방하라는 LCA 상부의 지침이 있었을 뿐입니다.
And that appropriate moment was back there.
개인의 판단으론 그렇습니다. 파우스트를 포함한 모든 연락이 두절된 상태이니 본사의 허락을 받을 수도 없는 노릇이었죠.
Right.
자세한 연유는 알 수 없겠으나 돌아왔구려.
Turned. That was a layered word. We've returned to one of the warp train platforms in our own dimension. We've returned to our daily lives of speculating about what's next in our path, and the usual Faust, reconnected to Faust, has returned.
그렇습니다.
Faust's quietly affirm Yisang's rather nebulous question.
언젠가 다시 만날 수도 있겠어?
He shot a puzzled look at Yi-sang.
나름대로 꽤 유쾌한 만남이지 않았는가?
Yi-sang mused ambiguously before leaving us. Man, he's one of my favorites. I know he doesn't speak all the time, but the incident at the warp train was such a chaotic mess that it felt shorter than it really was, but it was also an opportunity to learn so much. Like that there's a vampire! But it was too soon to start racking our brains about what kind of nonsense trial we were about to face in P-Corp, so I decided to enjoy this momentary peace.
그래서 대체 피사엔 어떻게 도착했단 말인가? 아이, 목구멍은 왜 이리 답답한 것이고?
설명하기엔 너무 지쳤어요.
꼬맹이 진짜 엄청난 모험 하나 놓쳤어.
덕분에 방금 귀에 마지막 남은 모래알갱이가 떨어져 나갔네요.
Sinners look at Don Quixote's bewildered awakening, grinning. There's no way to know what we'll be facing here at District 16 where P-Corp was located, but we got this. Right? The same faith I saw in the Faust who believes in uncertainty rises within me, too. I looked up to Faust only to see that Faust was looking at me as well. She nodded at me with her usual barely noticeable smile, and I gave her a light nod back in return. Time to go find ourselves another golden bow. Perfect. And then we get all of our delicious, delicious EX rewards. Just to double check here that we have that. Yes, we do. And we'll also just go and grab this because I think that will be all right. And then, you know, I got 3 minutes to jibber jab. Let's go and grab these. Thanks. Did I get my weeklies? Whatever. I got enough of them. We've got a fair bit of lunacy on tap still. We got the Hanafuda. You know what? Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering maybe about a discard team. Is there? No, they don't have any of the keywords for discard. Maybe they'll add that later. But let's take a look here. Yeah, that's my... This is what I currently run for my... We've almost got all the Hay shows. Okay, because it's going to be Donkey and Heathcliff. And then probably Melsol and Zichun. Maybe? Mr. Big, maybe. Or it might just be a different Hay show. Rather than the family hierarchy candidates. Let me go find something. Boys, charge, Tremor. Mostly Tremor. Yeah, you know what? Let me think here. Because who's got discard? I know that I think DSC has. Yeah. Granted, I mean that one's kind of low on it. Then we'll take Dimension Shredder and Sun Shower because it seems to make a lot more sense. I don't think Faust has any of those, so we'll just leave that there for right now. I know that Donkey doesn't have any. I do know that you do. I'd probably just plop Regret on there and grab this and grab that. And then probably Crushbound Past, because that's what he has. And then I still don't have... No, wait, never mind, I did. I did get BSC Association. And then we take Rosette Desire, I guess. To remain oneself, and Tears of the Tarnished Blood. I don't think Heathcliff had those, but I know Ish does, because we got Young's office rep. Which I would probably take... Let me just double check here. And Yeah, probably Bygone Days and Trial Elegy and Blind Obsession, because, you know, that's easy and good and great. And then ESC, Association, Shank, surprise. What a surprise! Indicans Trial, because I don't think that there's a lot of red, but the red is nice. Do you discard? No. No, you don't. I guess Molar Sang also probably does he not have? Yeah, he's got discard too, so if you wanted to choose either or. And then Molar Office, Otis. I would probably take Yasunyata. A good question, actually. Probably Ebony Stem. No! Only Dimension Shredder, and then Binds. And Gregor, I don't think that he's got discard, but he might. No, he's got... Yeah, right, because that's how that works. No discard, because that's not how the Night Owls fight. Okay, so that's... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 so far. I could probably have some off kilter here, but either way, I think that's where we back off for the day. Let me go take a quick gander here. See what's going on over in the Twitch side of things. Yeah, I don't really see too much, so I think I'm just gonna scamper off. Thank you all again very much for attending. I do sincerely appreciate it, and I'll be back on Friday with probably more Duet Night Abyss or something else that might catch my eye, but it's probably gonna be Duet Night Abyss. Maybe Ratatan. I'm not 100% sure. That's something that's not supposed to be there. That's running. Ooh, time stream. I'm sorry. Hey. Oh, that's nice. Alright, but anyway, yes, I'm leaving for realsies. Goodbye again, everybody. Thank you all very much for attending. And I'll see ya. I hope to see ya Friday. And if not, that's totally okay. And of course, as always, there's my friend code. I've got a cool Limbus company. I do also have Gregor, but we put him away because I like getting my Walpurgis knocked, and then because you know, getting like the 12 hay shows might be a little too much. But anyway, all right, now I'm leaving for real. Goodbye. Woo! And bye, YouTube. Mwah. Mwah. Little kissy just for you.